and welcome to This Album with me, William Han. It's the podcast where each episode a guest and I will deep dive an album of their choice, and it could be any artist, any genre, any year. And we are gonna discuss the songs, we'll discuss the shows, we'll discuss the artwork. But what I really want to know is where my guests first heard the album and the emotional attachment they have to the record. Who knows? We might even have a bit of a laugh while doing it. Well, today, I'm joined by a man that is responsible for such incredible levels of indie jangle that Johnny Marr himself would be nervous in the presence of today's guest. He's a man whose songs are capable of diving headfirst into turmoil and societal collapse and turning those emotions into melancholic, soaring indie bangers that sound ready-made to make listeners form core memories on road trips and make you nostalgic for evocative memories that never even existed. And even though promo is surely now over for their stunning 2024 album, Harm's Way, they've still made time to come to the Cumberland Hotel in the middle of an extensive European tour. From Toronto's Ducks Ltd, it's Tom McGreevy.
Thanks so much for having me. You're making me blush.
You are blushing.
I am.
I did it. Mission accomplished. Heavy blush on the first couple of minutes. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you again for having me.
A pleasure. What brings you to London on this particularly average Monday?
We're playing at Oslo tonight. We've been on a run over here, playing a handful of festivals, played End of the Road over the weekend. As you can maybe see, I'm still covered in mud. So
talk to me about your experience at End of the Road.
It was fantastic. Everyone had been telling me what a great festival it is. It absolutely was. Yeah, it's so cool. I feel like it's a thing that we were talking about a lot when we were there, that it just like is not... There aren't a lot of festivals in North America that operate on that scale, even though I know that by like UK standards, it's kind of a smaller festival.
Yeah.
It still felt like big for what it is, and for the kind of bands that were playing it. And it was like, yeah, really cool thing. Really, really saw some great bands, like only got sort of wet.
Sort of wet. Explain to me how wet. Was there a change in footwear or?
It rained a lot on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Until we played. And then it stopped, and then it was cool after that. But we spent like a lot of time just like hiding in an artist tent, getting very muddy, walking around, eventually kind of like embracing the elements in a way that I feel like people here do more readily than perhaps we do where I am from.
Well, you're from Toronto though, right? Or have I got this a bit wrong?
Yes, I'm from Toronto, but like it doesn't it's horrible in the winter, but you stay inside. Here I feel like it's sort of like the consistent and like surprising rain is something that you guys are all just sort of like used to hanging with.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times here, like where you're just walking down the street and I'm like, oh, it's raining, like I gotta like get in shelter, and there are people just like walking like nothing's
about
happening,
their business,
and I'm like,
yeah.
all right, like I have a lot of respect for it, but I am not that hardy myself.
Understood. Wow. I guess there is a cultural divide between the Canadians and the Brits that I didn't know was there.
Yeah, we got loads of them.
So how many British festivals have you played then? You've done quite a few of them at this point in your career, or?
Not so many. Like I think this was the first one that we've done that was like this kind of thing. We've done Dot to Dot and Great Escape and those kinds of
things.
They're
a bit different. They're like indoor festivals, aren't they?
Yeah, we've never done the like standing in a field type of one before.
Sure.
But it was great. It was honestly like, a really cool cultural experience. I feel like people here, I don't know, just like are up for that kind of thing in a different way. And it was neat to sort of see, just like see it all go down and sort of be a part of it for the time that we were able to.
Great. There's a lot of things we're not good at in this country. We're bloody good at music festivals though, man.
Agreed. Yeah, no, like I want to do more of them. It was sick.
Yeah. So can we look forward to that for next year? Do you reckon you guys be back on the festival circuit next summer, or is another year off?
We're kind of like in moving towards a new record mode. We're like kind of in the writing process right now. That's definitely going to be the project as soon as we get back from this tour, is sort of like digging deeper into that. So if all goes to plan, then I hope so. Yeah,
I look forward to seeing you at various festivals next summer then. I can't wait.
Fingers crossed.
Good album released last year. Tell me a bit more about this glorious record of yours, please.
Thanks. Yeah. It's called Harm's Way. Came out like last February, I think. It's our second full-length record. Yeah, and we've been touring it for like the last like year and a bit. Yeah, I don't know. That's the overview.
That's the 60-second one, yeah. I think it's an absolute triumph, honestly. I really liked your early EPs. I think 18 Cigarettes might have been the first thing of yours I heard. Is that on the EP or is that something?
That's on the first record.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed it. Love the album. This is a big step up, I think. You guys have definitely finessed your sound and sort of found who you are as a band, I think. And am I right in saying that? What do you think?
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, I think like the way that our stuff has felt for us and what we've been kind of trying to do with it is sort of like just a process of sort of slow refinement. It's like we always kind of knew where we were trying to get to with a lot of this stuff. And I think we've just gotten like gradually better at making it.
Yeah.
In a bunch of different ways and just sort of like figured out how to tighten things up. And yeah, like on the writing side, on the production side, on a bunch of different elements of it. It was also like the first record that we've made that we didn't make like totally by ourselves. The like first EP and the first record were like partly for COVID reasons, partly because we were just like a brand new band and stuff, were things that were very much like us in a basement together doing 100% of it. And this record, it's like, yeah, we went to Chicago. We worked with this guy, Dave Vitrano, who co-produced it and worked with a bunch of like other people who were able to like be in the room to collaborate on it. Jason from Dead helped out with the backing vocals, a bunch of our pals, Julia from Rat Boys and Margaret from Moontype, our buddy Rui, who plays in this band called Lawn. All like contributed to the backing vocal stuff, and we had a bunch of other people playing on it in bits and pieces, which was cool. I think it brought some other elements out of it, and it sort of like led us into some directions we might not have found on our own. How
good are you at sort of taking outside, outside input into your music and what you do?
I think we've gotten better at it, specifically because we've become more confident in what it is that we are trying to do and in our own decision making.
Yeah.
I think like in earlier parts of our like writing process, I mean like we recorded a whole EP that never came out before the first one that we did.
Why was that? Just couldn't find a home for it, or?
We didn't like it. Like
okay, sure.
like we kind of like we made it and we were just like, this isn't good enough. This isn't it. This isn't the thing that we're trying to make.
Was that the songs or the production? What was it that?
It was kind of a combination of things, but I think like it was more the fact that the production, like we were not confident enough in our own decision making to work with other people and get a result that we wanted.
Right.
And I think that was like kind of what happened, where it's like we didn't see our own vision clearly enough, and we kind of like were not willing to compromise is the wrong word, because it's just like we weren't advocating for what we wanted strongly enough, I think, or we weren't confident enough in it. And I think that was part of the reason why we went and did stuff so insularly for so long, because it was just like that was the way that we could grind out the result, basically. And then I think with this record, it's like we realized that it's like we are in control enough of like the direction it's going in. We're confident enough that we know what it should be, that we can bring people on board and sort of like take and leave the ideas that they have, incorporate them into what we're doing without losing sight of what it is that we're trying to do. And I think that was like a really exciting thing about making that record for us. And I think a thing that we are excited about for the next one as well, to be like, okay, like this thing is sort of like this thing is strong enough structurally to like build things on top of it. You can add more stuff.
Yeah.
You can add more ideas. You can add more people, and it won't collapse under its own weight. You know.
It's never a wasted endeavor, is it? These sort of things. You sort of find more about who you are as a band. There's always a learning development to be had in these situations, aren't there?
Totally. Yeah. And I think it's like, yeah, I think we always are picking up stuff from, you know, like making the records, from touring the records. It's like you figure out what works if you're paying attention.
You did something really cool. I can't remember this year or last year. You did something really cool. You did a KEXP session. We did
a couple. Yeah.
Very cool. Talk to me about that experience. How was that for you?
It was cool. The last one was great. The first one was a nightmare. And so,
okay, now we're talking. Tell me everything.
It was it was a nice relief for this one, because it was like, oh, like this is what it's supposed to feel like. The first one, we had never, like, it was right at the start of us being like able to tour after COVID.
Right.
There was still a lot of restrictions. A lot of them were different country to country. A lot of them were different, like in terms of just like situation to situation or whatever, and we'd like really not gotten to play much, because we'd like kind of more or less become a band like over the course of like a band that anyone cared about, at least a band that got to tour over the course of like the COVID period. That's when we made the record. That's when the record would come out. And so we were heading out to start our first tour, which was gonna be Portland, Seattle, and then KEXP session, and then we were going to meet up with National Language and tour across the country with National Language. Me and a good friend of mine drove out from Toronto with all the gear, and the rest of the band were set to meet us in Portland to start it. Like maybe like I don't know, like a day after we start the drive, 2 days after we start the drive, I get a call from Evan. He's got COVID. And there were 2 issues here. One, you had to like have like it was like something like at that time, I think in order to cross the border, you had to be 5 days from your like last negative test or something, or 3 days from your last negative test and vaccinated and then this and that or whatever. So it was like there was a real like timeline countdown of like, can he test negative and cross the border? The other thing was that KEXP had a like, you had to test to enter the studio thing.
Right, wow.
At that moment in time.
I'm so stressed right now, but I'll tell you something.
Okay, so like we're here, we're realizing what's going on. It's like 3 or 4 days to the first show. Evan's like updating and texting me with what's going on. I'm driving across the country in a van full of gear with my buddy.
On your own at this point?
My friend Aaron, he came with me. But yeah, we're driving across the country, and I am like, sitting in the passenger seat, just like texting everyone I know on the West Coast, trying to figure out like what we can do here, if we can find a fill-in thing. We hit up a guy that we know like kind of from the internet, and he's like, man, no problem. I would love to do this. Like, I can learn these songs I've got 3 days, no problem. Like, you guys get to Portland, we'll do a quick run through at my practice space, play the show, that'll get us tight. Next morning do KEXP, it's going to be great. And we were like, awesome, man, that's so great. He calls me like 12 hours later. He's got COVID.
Fucking hell.
But he's like, don't worry about it, man. It's gonna be cool. The guitarist in my band, he's great too. He can figure it out. It's gonna be good. Like, don't worry about it. I'll link you with him. Like, whatever. Like, we'll figure it out. So like, links me with this guy. We're great. We're doing awesome. 24 hours later, this guy calls me. He's just gotten sent home from work because he tested positive for COVID. So we're now like 1 day out from the first show. And I hit up Sarah from Illuminati Hotties because we were going to go tour with them over here. We did like a few months after that. And I was like, Sarah, this is a long shot, but do you know anyone in Portland who could do this? And she's like, you know what? I almost definitely do. Zach, like the bass player in my band, is like a guitar player. He's like Berklee School of Music trained, like fucking like music school kid. Like, he can absolutely pick this up, no problem. Get in touch with Zach. Zach's like, fuck yeah, we'll do it. No big deal. It's gonna be great. And like, we're close at this point. And me and Zach like meet up at his house and go through the tunes. He's nailing them first time. It's like, okay, this guy can absolutely do this. Between that and the show that night, he's like, I'm really sorry, man, but like, I've got some life stuff that's come up. I can do the show tonight. I can't go to Seattle. Like, I just can't do it. And we were like, absolutely fucked at this point. Our manager, who is based in Seattle,
because I'm imagining these WhatsApps burning up.
Oh no, it's insane. Her husband's friend said he could do it on like about 18 hours notice. We drive to Seattle. We practice with him once for 2 hours. We sleep it was like the session was like 6 a.m. or something too. And like, so yeah, like go to sleep, wake up, meet this guy, see this guy we just met like a few hours ago and do the session with him. It was incredibly anxiety-inducing. It was like a full-on meltdown. Really, that whole like last 24 hours of it. We did it. We got there in the end. But it was really nice to go back and get to do it again when we were just like ourselves and we knew how to do it. It was really fun. Felt crazy to be back at the site of that trauma.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm glad I asked the question. What an answer.
Yeah, it was a funny one.
It's funny because I think like when an audience watches a band on stage, the band just appear from a door as if nothing's happened. And,
right.
The lack of context for the audience for these things is amazing. So compared to that KEXP experience, how has this European tour gone for you so far, logistic-wise?
It's been breezy. It's been super, super great. We've been, having a really great time. All the shows have been great. Our friend Craig, who plays in Former Champ, who's playing with us tonight, has been driving us for the UK leg, and that's been great because he's the best. It's been really fun. I feel like, and incredibly smooth, touch wood. Yeah.
Let's see what happens at Oslo and Hackney tonight, shall we? Nah, we got this covered. There's a song on your last album called Heavy Bag. There's a delivery of a line. Why do I get so emotional when you deliver the line, I've been listening to the boys are back in town?
I'm glad you like it.
Bro, your delivery on that is incredible. It does something to me. Talk to me about that song a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that was like an interesting one to do. I feel like we'd kind of like we'd never done anything really that like kind of quiet before. And I think it was interesting because it's at this point we've kind of like gotten pretty good at writing like, you know, arranging and writing songs that sound like us, and we know how to do it. And that one we kind of had to like almost like reverse engineer it a little bit. It took a long time to figure out how to be quiet, like how to do it without like pushing it too far, where to add like the sort of decoration, where to add like depth to it without overwhelming it. And I think like, you know, we initially kind of like were like, I think we tried to make it more like one of our more upbeat songs when we were just like, the song resists this. Like, this is not what the song wants.
Yeah, it's quiet without being sad or too sad. It's melancholic in places without being a total depressor. You got the line just right, I think.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I think like that's kind of the goal with it. I feel like I have a lot of conversations in these kinds of contexts about sort of like, wow, your songs sure are upsetting. And I'm like, well, like, yeah, but like not totally, like there's other stuff there, I think. Like I hope. So, yeah, that's like a line that we're hoping to land on, I think. Yeah, I think that song is, I think I can see us doing more stuff like that, I think. It was like, it felt like an experiment that kind of worked. And it seems like an interesting place to go to just like, I don't know, find more pockets find more kinds of songs that can be Duck songs, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. So album 3, we're expecting a bit more in that sort of pocket, or?
Too early to tell. But I think we have maybe more confidence to get out of the way than we maybe had before. And I feel like that will probably manifest in the final versions of some of these songs.
I'm excited to find out, man. Let's make it happen. So how long's left of this European tour? A few more dates?
Yeah, just a week. Like we're doing London tonight, Brighton tomorrow, Paris, this festival in the Netherlands, and then Dublin on the way out. So,
nice way to finish the summer, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be good.
Nice. So tell me more about the kind of bands that you and your bandmates sort of try to sound like. I guess more interesting, the band you like but try to avoid sounding like.
Ooh, interesting. I feel like there's the stuff that's like really the pocket of our influences, you know, stuff like the Go-Betweens, a lot of the like sort of Postcard and Sarah Record stuff, a lot of those Flying Nun bands. I think like, I don't know, I think it's an interesting line with that stuff where we've always been very conscious. Like there are a lot of bands, a lot of really good bands who are into that kind of like C86 jangle stuff, who are into that Flying Nun stuff and do it. And I like what they make, but I feel like it feels too much. Sometimes it feels too much like a carbon copy of the original. Sure. And I think we've always been very cognizant of trying to like take those influences on board without regurgitating them totally.
I think that's fair.
Like to sort of like hopefully be part of like the conversation that is this genre of music rather than just sort of like, like replicating it. Which I think is like an interesting thing because I think it's like, I mean, it kind of relates to the record that we're going to be talking about, but I think it's like a lot of the stuff that sort of led me to that Postcard record stuff was like stuff that was influenced by it that maybe doesn't like very clearly like betray that influence, you know, like stuff like say like a Bell and Sebastian or something like that, where it's like there is a through line there, but it's like it's an iteration of like that idea, not a reproduction of that idea. And I think that's like a thing that we're trying to find with it. So it's like I feel like it's like not particular bands where we're like, let's not like sound like, and it's also, if I say it, anyone's just gonna be like, bullshit, they sound just like that. Yeah. But it's but I think it's like not trying to avoid sounding like a particular band as much as it's like trying to avoid sounding like any one band too much or whatever. Yeah, like I think that's like a thing that we're always trying to do.
Dip a toe in, but not the whole foot.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly. Like just find the ideas, like see how they work and try and put them back together in a way that's yours, you know?
Love that.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us which album we are going to be discussing today, please, Tom?
We're going to be talking about You Can't Hide Your Love Forever by Orange Juice.
Thank you very much indeed. You Can't Hide Your Love Forever is the debut album from Scottish icons Orange Juice. Released in 1982 on Polydor, the album was a cult smash and paved the way for the illustrious career of the band's frontman, Edwyn Collins. The album's off-kilter blend of pop, punk, disco and soul would see the band go on to have a huge influence to a generation of modern-ish indie bands like the Maccabees. There's a bit of Arctic Monkeys in there. There's the Cribs and, dare I say it, a bit of Ducks Ltd. The album reached 21 on the UK chart upon its release, and though it didn't have much of an impression on many end-of-year lists in 1982, its legacy lives on, with so many of my favourite bands borrowing, brackets, stealing ideas from this unassuming Glasgow four-piece. Yes. So, album came out in 1982. Mm-hmm. What were you up to in 1982?
Not alive.
Not a lot. Tell me more.
Strongly not alive.
Very far from being alive. So that does lead on then. When did Orange Juice enter your orbit, and what was happening in your life when they did?
It was when I was like a teenager. I was probably like 17 or 18, about 17, I think. And I'd kind of like gotten really into indie rock stuff, like maybe a couple years prior. I'd had a bit of an extreme metal phase.
Everyone needs one.
And then a bit of a kind of like phase where I'd gone out of that into being into a lot of like 80s goth stuff. So like Bauhaus and like a lot of stuff that is like kind of contemporary to Orange Juice, but like quite different, like tonally, like Sisters of Mercy and Fields of the Nephilim and stuff like that. And then yeah, had like kind of like gotten very, very into like the Elephant Six collective, like indie rock stuff from there.
But how are you discovering these bands? I mean, these bands aren't sort of on MTV and easily accessible, I don't think. I'm really interested in this.
Internet?
The what?
The internet?
It'll never happen. It'll never take off.
Just poking around. I mean, I think it was like, there was probably like some kids in school who were talking about some of the stuff that maybe like led me in some directions, but I mostly remember it being
pretty cool
kind of
friends
like,
then by the sound of it.
Huh?
Pretty cool friends by the sound of it.
Yeah, my one buddy Nick, I was just talking about this with my bandmates the other day. I think it's like we had a period when we were like teenage boys where like the thing that we were competitive about in a teenage boy kind of way was like one-upping each other with music finds. Sure. Just being like you know, introducing our group of friends to something, and it's like if like we were all listening to something that one of us picked, then we were winning at that given moment.
Yeah. Getting approval of your mates for music. You never outgrow that shit.
No, not really. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, we were like always kind of digging deeper and encouraging each other to do that through that, I think. But yeah, I kind of like, I got into like some of that stuff and then got into some more like kind of contemporary indie rock through that, and then kind of like ended up like circling back to the influences of those things. So I think it was probably like, if I'm trying to take the lineage of it, like try and run it in a linear way, it was probably like Neutral Milk Hotel, then Olivia Tremor Control, to like something probably more like indie popish to Interpol, and then Interpol to Joseph K, because that was like an off-sided influence of Interpol, and then Joseph K to Orange Juice because they were label mates on Postcard Records.
Right.
I remember very distinctly because I'd been really into Bell Sebastian, I'd been into a bunch of stuff like that, and I remember like the first time I kind of came across Orange Juice and sort of realizing that it was like I'd never really heard melodic like guitar pop music that was like a little like that was like kind of like had like an alternative edge but wasn't twee. Like, you know, like that was kind of like, that wasn't really like that had
that enough balls about it
a bit. Yeah. Like not kind of like not kind of like the way like, and I love Bell Sebastian like still, but it's like it wasn't soft. It was like it was intelligent, it was emotionally intelligent, and it had like a real depth to it, but it also like it went, and it had like an energy and a vibrancy, and it was like it wasn't trying to be cute. And I think like that was like a thing where I was like that's what I've been looking for. I didn't know what it was, and it's this, you know.
So you mentioned a lot of bands there have a very strong bit of imagery about them. How would 17-year-old you have been dressing?
I mean, definitely like, I don't know, like indie kid kind of thing. Sure. I think I was like rapidly cycling through phases at that time.
Every 17-year-old does.
I was possibly caught in a transitional period between like wearing a bunch of kind of like army surplus store like metal adjacent clothing, and wearing like a bunch of like thrift store garbage finds. But yeah, like I would say that the Orange Juice like almost certainly accelerated my push into dressing only in things I'd bought in thrift stores. Mission accomplished.
And at what point was you playing guitars? Was you starting from quite an early age, or was it around this sort of time where things started going up a gear for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of gone in and out of it. Like my dad, like makes music, like you know, and was always like playing around the house and stuff when I was a kid.
Oh, that's cool.
And he'd like taught me a little bit when I was like quite little, and I'd had like piano lessons and stuff like that. And then I kind of lost interest in it, and then I kind of got back into it in like maybe like around like 13 or 14, and like started to take it more seriously. And then I think it was kind of like when I was starting to discover bands like Belle and Sebastian, stuff that was like really like kind of songwriter-y or songwriter-based, that I got more into it, because I think like I'd never really been that interested in like playing the guitar, but I was very interested in songwriting. And so it became like when I kind of got more invested in like that part of it as like craft or whatever, I think I saw the guitar as like a medium to get there and started playing it more.
Yeah, that's where you and I differ. I just wanted to live in these songs and wanted to be in these bands as opposed to write songs. I just wanted the sunglasses and the practicing in front of the mirror. So I think you touched on it a little bit there, but what do you think? What made Orange Juice stand out to their contemporaries?
I mean, like, I think it's this combination of like genuinely impactful pop songwriting and like Edwyn Collins' like obvious intelligence. Like, I think that's like a big part of it. Like, it's like these are really smart songs that have a unique perspective, or like at least a very like recognizable one. I think like you know, it's like the fucking the Martin Amis like literature's a war against cliche quote. Like, I think like he's like internalized that to some extent, knowingly or not. Like, I think like he avoids sinking into the pop music cliches in his lyrics like really, really hard. He'll get close to them, but he'll never like fully go there. He's always got his own thing that he's trying to say and his own thing that he's trying to do. And yeah, I mean, he does it so well. I just feel like I think that's a big part of it. I think it's just like there aren't a lot of songwriters who can do that in the way that he does. But at the same time, it's fun. And it's like, I think like that's like,
you can be intelligent and be fun.
Yeah, and I think like even like, you know, when you look at it against like particularly sort of stuff from similar scenes in like UK indie pop at the time, there's not a lot of it that's that much fun.
Well, that's actually a really good point. So one thing when I was doing a bit of research, the band name itself, Orange Juice, it's almost like they're turning away from the dark side and like doing the obvious thing of what was going on at the time, playing darker, harder stuff. And there's a quote here of, what could be brighter and more anti-rockist than being named after a non-alcoholic fruit drink? Where like, in like an era of post-punk and like, you know, I guess 3 years after the Sex Pistols.
Sharing a scene with Joseph K. and we'll take
a step back. We'll name ourselves after a child's drink.
Yeah.
You know, they're operating on a different plane. You've sort of, again, you touched on that a little bit as well, but how important was the imagery and the fashion around this band?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel like it's probably more like subtle for me than like I don't think I ever like consciously was like I should start dressing like Edwyn Collins in 1982.
Okay,
but I think I probably did do it anyway. Like to some. I guess you were like extent.
Living in tangent almost, like, you know, a young, fairly skint musician. Yeah. I guess I'll go to a thrift shop.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think it was. Yeah, maybe more of a natural confluence than an intentional thing. But I mean, they do look very cool.
No doubt about it.
In that era, you know, they've always got it together. He's got a cool haircut. Often got the sun specs. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's a good look.
It's a strong aesthetic. Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to hear how I first discovered this band?
Yes, I would.
I've got a story for you. Are you aware of British indie icons, the Maccabees?
Yes.
Huge band in the UK. Love them to bits. Saw them just last week. And I watched them at Brixton Academy, and they brought out a special guest. It was Edwyn Collins. And they'd done a cover of Rip It Up.
Oh, nice.
I'd never heard it before.
Really?
I'd never heard it. This had been about, 12, 13 years ago, maybe?
Huh.
It blew my mind.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went on the bit... Well, this is where I went wrong. So I fell in love with that song, hammered that song, and I never listened to any more of their stuff until about 2 weeks ago, when I found out which album you wanted to cover.
No way.
So I do owe you a big thank you for this. The Maccabees elbowed me in the right direction, but you gave me the massive kick up the arse I needed to do a bit more work. And for that, I'm very grateful. So Glasgow, 1982, London on the back of a tour bus, 2025. What's the best setting to listen to this album in?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that's like a nice thing about it is that it can work in a lot of different contexts. Like, yeah, I think you know, like a drive through a sunny locale, it works pretty great.
Tell me more. Who you're with? Where are you driving to?
Oh, you know, I have one distinct memory of of driving through like rural Vermont on like an early spring day by myself with this record on and just being like all is right with the world. This is very, very nice. But also it's like, you know, it's good at a party. Like you can kind of put it on anywhere. And
so what are the big party songs on this album then? Pre-drinks before the show.
Yeah, I mean, Falling and Laughing. Falling and Laughing is I feel like that's like was the hit from this record, and I think it's bright and a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, Holiday Hymn. That's always what. That's on this one, right? Or am I mixing that up?
Let's have a look. I've got my
that might actually be on the next one.
It's on the other one.
It's on the other one. That one is really good though.
I will say this though, having listened to both albums this last week, you've definitely picked the better album.
See, this is the thing that I think this is like maybe why like your experience is not an uncommon one with this band, because Rip It Up is on the second record. The second record is not as good. And
But Rip It Up is their best song.
It is their best song. Yeah. No, absolutely. And then the second record is not bad, but it's just not as good.
I think that's
and I think
fair.
like it's like if that like becomes your entry point, as I think it almost is for everybody, like
Yeah.
Rip It Up is the entry point. I think that album can kind of like put a hard stop to it when actually like they like this first record is like really good all the way through, like every song on it.
I think that's really fair, really consistent.
Yeah.
Well, on that then, what's the worst bit of the album, if indeed there is one?
I feel like there are a couple songs like I don't like love Wan Light, but like I think the album like mostly hangs together really well. Like it's one where like I don't know, I don't think I have any parts of it where I don't skip it. I don't skip anything.
I really like One Light. There's so many of my favourite bands that have taken a lot from this. I hear a lot of the Maccabees in this. I hear a lot of the Mystery Jets. I hear a lot of Talking Heads in this as well.
Oh yeah,
I think it's warm, fun, it's breezy, a lot of brass in it. But what's the best bit of the album?
Intuition Told Me So I think was the one that and Consolation Prize I really like. But I think those were the ones where like I realized upon like listening to those as a kid, where I was like, oh, he's really doing something here. Like there's a kind of like this like combination of emotional vulnerability and like humor, like the like I bought you some sun specs from the local hipster store.
Yes.
You need me more or less. I need you more and more. It's like that's like that is it you feel it. But it's also kind of silly, and it's like, it's great. I don't know. I always really love that line.
That line honestly really stood out to me. My ears pricked up the second I heard that. I think the local hipster store in Glasgow in 1982. I can't begin to imagine what that looks like or what that would be. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like they've always existed. You know, there's always the local.
There's always an Urban
cool
Outfitters,
guy.
even in 1982.
Or some rough equivalent. You know, I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like that one always gets me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a good line. It catches you right off the top, and then the "you need me more or less, I need you more and more" is like a. Like it leaves so much unsaid. It gestures in a direction and lets you complete the thought. Like and I think that's why it's like such a good piece of writing. It's great.
I like that a lot. Have you ever seen this band live before?
No. Yeah, they were long gone
before you were born. I'm thinking.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I don't think I've had the opportunity to see Edwin. I mean, I've never seen him. But I don't think I've even had the opportunity to see Edwin Collins.
Well, he had a stroke.
Unwell,
yeah. I used to work at the airport for a long time, and I bumped it. He came through the airport once, post-stroke. He was a very warm and lovely guy. His wife was like helping him out. He's still got a bit of charm and love about him. It was really great to see.
He's supposed to be the best. We've known some people who have recorded with him too, because he produces some records.
Yeah, he produced one of the Cribs albums, if I'm not mistaken. I think we've definitely worked with him. But
he's done a few, And I mean, his new one is really good as well. I don't know if his.
No, I'm not.
It's great. Yeah, he put out a record. I think it was earlier this year.
Oh right.
And it's like it's definitely kind of like more in the mode of like his solo work that you would recognize, but it's great. It's some really like heartfelt songs. A lot of them kind of about his stroke and sort of like
can't ignore it, can you? Yeah.
Well, no, but like about kind of like where I don't know, like where he's where he's at with it, how he's kind of like come to terms with it. There were really are really good, like really touching songs that he like. I don't know, he's still got it.
Still got it, baby. Still got it. So you've not seen him live before. Is there a go-to YouTube performance?
Not like live ones, really. I've watched all the music videos they made in that period a bunch.
Sure.
But I feel like they
what they like. Really good.
Yeah, they're not like too over the top production-y kind of stuff. It's just sort of like footage of
indie
the
band in 1982.
Kind of
yeah, I get it. Understood. It's not MTV Michael Jackson blockbuster.
Yeah, they're fun enough. They're like I feel like they were weirdly a band. It's like if I had gotten into them a few years later, the YouTube deep dive would have been a really big thing for me. But because at the time like, I don't know. I just feel like that was like less of a thing that I was doing. They've never really been a band where I've like interacted with them in that way. That's just like
I hear that,
records that I put on, things that I listen to.
You almost listen to it without the context, don't you, by the sound of it? It's just the record, and that's the thing.
Well, I mean, I think like my big thing with them and my big like deep dive with them was a few years before I heard about them. Domino had put out this compilation called The Glasgow School that was like a bunch of their early singles, and then a couple years or around the same time they did like a big box set which was it has the great title Selling Coals to Newcastle. But it's like a combination of all the records and the Glasgow School comp, and then like another rarities disc.
And you've got this, have you? Or
yeah, my
cool.
mom bought it for me for Christmas,
Go on,
like when I
Mom.
was like 18 or something.
Oh, killed it.
And like that was like a really like that was like kind of my entry point with it. It's like one of the few CDs I still own. I like I don't know, it's in my car. Put them on all the time.
Man, okay, you're a sucker for the original format. I love that. You still play CDs in the car?
Has a CD player. I've got it works.
What's the guy to do?
Yeah.
How often do you revisit this album? I'm guessing if the CD's in the car still, quite a bit.
Pretty frequently. It's like something that I'm always game to listen to, basically. So it's like I don't know. I feel like I'll have like a deliberate sit down, listen to it like at least once a year or so. But it's also just a thing that I'm kind of always happy to put on. So I just put it on a lot.
Talk to me how the fight for the aux cable works in the back of the tour bus, please.
Oh, for us? I mean, I don't know. The general rule is that like we normally are driving ourselves, so it's like whoever's driving gets to decide.
That's a pretty good rule.
That's we do a lot of like New Music Friday listening, which is kind of fun.
Nice,
like where
I like
it's like
that.
we'll just go through what's coming out and what's come out and like and then discuss, which is a fun thing to do. This last tour has been really great because it's been Craig introducing us to like UK things that we don't know about, or particularly like Scottish things that we don't know about.
You're doing better than the average, man. You're
Well, yeah, but like, but it's a lot of like he's been showing us stuff that he doesn't necessarily endorse. Like he was playing as Jerry Cinnamon the other day, which
yeah,
was
it sucks,
funny.
doesn't he? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's not great. But,
He's huge though, man.
Well, I found it endearing for that reason. Or he was actually showing us the one that I would say has gotten the most play on this tour, outside of Pink Pantheress, which we've been listening to a lot.
Nice.
Is Taylor, who plays with Craig in the Tubs, the drummer in the Tubs.
Right.
Had a long-running project, and he had a viral hit in Scotland with like a kind of like Basshunter style like techno song.
Whoa.
Called Kingdom of Scotland. We've been listening to that a lot. It's great. You got to check
Bit
it
of
out.
fun?
Oh yeah, it's very stupid. And it's a good time.
That was not the recommendation I was expecting from Ducks Ltd today.
Yeah.
But I underestimated you, man.
I you know what though? I back it. It's good. It's good. It's a good tune.
I'm going to ask a bit of a serious question, a bit of an industry question, if you don't mind. You mentioned New Music Fridays. A lot of bands stepping away from Spotify at the moment. Is this something you guys are contemplating at all, or where are your heads at with this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think like it's not something that we've discussed recently. I think in particular because we just like don't have new music at the moment. But I think a thing that like we've been thinking about for a while. I mean, it's like they're not great. I think the thing that is a weird part of it to me is that like the more like none of these companies are like
Every global enterprise sucks.
Yeah, they're all pretty bad. I mean, I think it's like Spotify does seem to go out of its way to be particularly unpleasant.
Sure.
Or at least Daniel Ek does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird spot where like I'm kind of like very optimistic. It's been nice to see as many people jump on board with it as they have, and I feel like I hope that this tide continues because it feels like it is actually getting to a point where like it really doesn't feel like it would take a lot.
I think all it takes is one big artist. If
That's kind of
Taylor
what I
Swift
mean.
fucking pulls out, or Oasis pull out, that's gonna make Daniel fucking listen, right?
That's kind of what I mean. I mean, I think it's like it's a very small number of big artists, I think, who could meaningfully change the dynamic with this stuff. But it's funny. I'm kind of always surprised when I'm talking to people who don't make music, even music fans sometimes, how unaware they sometimes are of what the relationship is between like artists and these platforms, like, which is, you know, almost universally that anyone who's making music despises them. Pretty much, like even the people who, you know, have seen relatively have had relatively positive outcomes because of it. It's like, but I don't know. I think I'm consistently surprised when I'm talking to say like, you know, I don't know, talking to sort of like friends and family and stuff who aren't thinking about this stuff all the time, how it's just like not something that's really on their radar, which is understandable. But I think it's like putting it on their radar by doing things like taking your music off there seems like a pretty good idea. It's like,
into it. But you don't know how right you are, because where we are now at the Cumberland Hotel, it's a music-themed hotel. Let me tell you, no one fucking here knows anything about music. So in your bubble of musicians and stuff, you might be talking about these things quite regularly. Your man on the street doesn't know anything about the horrible things that Spotify are doing and how hard it is for artists to make money. One of my former colleagues, he plays this horrible AI music in the office all the time. People don't know or care about this musical journey and artists, and it's just, it breaks my heart. It really does.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I mean, I don't know. It's funny. It's easy to get in the bubble about it. I think that's been definitely the thing that I realize sometimes with it. It feels like something that everyone I know is talking about until you realize that that's actually a very self-selecting group of people.
It's a small bubble, exactly. Let's ask a more fun question. How would you describe the average orange juice fan?
I feel like it's a broad spectrum of guys like me, like between like me and older mostly.
Well, you've tapped on something there I was going to bring up.
I think this is like what's the phrase that people use here? Six music dads.
Exactly what I was going to say.
I think it's definitely music for six music dads, which is why they like us too, and we like them very much. I want to make that as clear as I can. We appreciate your support.
Please come to the merch stand tonight.
Thank you, Six Music Dads. Oh, we love you very much. Yes.
Because one of the ultimate six music dads is now the Prime Minister of this country.
Right, who is an orange juice fan. I guess we don't love him, but
we did for a little bit, but he has been a huge disappointment.
I remember him being asked in an interview about the best concert he ever saw, and it was orange juice.
That's
and I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Yeah. He's pretty cool Prime Minister until he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Except for all the stuff he does
or doesn't do. You know, fucking hell. Have you ever cried listening to this album before?
I don't think so, which is funny because I've like cried to a lot of dumber stuff. I have cried to like Meatloaf's "Bat Out of Hell." So it seems weird that I haven't cried to this, but I don't think I have.
So other than Meatloaf, what else makes you cry?
Oh, I don't know. Just this song gets you sometimes. I feel like the list is too long to get into all of them, but I don't know. That one is just one I particularly remember being like really hit by the beauty of Jim Steinman's songwriting on a bus and just being like, there it is.
Meatloaf and Celine Dion songs. The guy knows his way around a chorus.
The guy can do it. The guy can absolutely do it. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's a bunch of different stuff. Mountain Goat songs, whatever. There's a lot of tunes. A lot of tunes that get you from time to time.
You got it in you. You can let it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shall we discuss the artwork
for this record?
Jesus, what do you think?
It's cool. I don't know. I feel like it's not that distinctive. I don't love it. It's it doesn't feel like it really expresses what's inside it at all. I don't hate it though. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm not having it.
You don't like it?
I'm not having it. No.
It is weird. I remember being very surprised by it when I first found out what it was. But I also feel like I've never actually seen it on vinyl. I feel like if I saw it in a record store, it might make me laugh in a way that I would be like, oh, that's actually a pretty good bit. But I don't know.
Well, I think they released both albums in the same year, didn't they? They both released 1982. The second album, 4 guys, white background, instruments around, looking pretty cool. I'm into it. Album 1, this one, 2 dolphins. Echo the dolphin motherfuckers knocking about. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Fair enough.
Not having it.
Yeah.
How would you sell orange juice to the uninitiated? You've got 60 seconds. You're in the pub with some bozo. It's going, fuck those guys. How do you convince them?
Wait, so is this is just a totally off the street person, or is this somebody who's into other stuff?
Someone that's into music. Okay, we'll give you that much. They're an indie guy.
Okay.
And they go, orange juice, not having it. How do you convince them otherwise? What's your elevator pitch?
Well, I mean, I don't know. If somebody is just not into it, I would get very upset. I think I would just be like, are you serious for real? You're this is the antecedent of so much stuff that is so good. It lives in a world with the Talking Heads, like you're talking about. It lives in a world with a Belle and Sebastian with this kind of emotional songwriting. It's a foundational document of so much indie music that came after it, while being a thing that absolutely can stand shoulder to shoulder with almost any record that comes out today. I think. I mean, it's I think I said off the top. It's some really smart, really emotionally intelligent songwriting, packaged in something that is genuinely fun and completely unpretentious. And I think that's a relatively rare thing for independent music to be able to do, but also what so much of the best independent music does. And it's a perfect example of it. It's amazing.
He's done it.
Yeah.
Yes. Done. Amazing. Right. Having a lot of fun here. Any songs you want to get into that we've not touched on yet? Well, one thing I was going to mention, actually, about the production side of it, fuck me, the bass player's definitely been involved in the mixing process, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it's like one of the things I like about it. I feel like it's like the bass like carry. Oh, sorry, the bass carries like a bunch of the leads. The bass like is
doing a lot of the heavy lifting, right?
It is, but it's also like I mean, it's like what gives it so much of like the energy that in the songs as well. Yeah, I mean, I definitely. Like I don't know, yeah, it's a way of arranging this kind of music that I think is super fun, and definitely a big influence on our stuff too. I
Sure.
mean, like our stuff is also pretty bass forward. We normally start with the bass when we're like writing stuff,
Oh, really? Okay.
writing arrangements. Yeah, because I don't know, it's just it's fun. It's cool. It's fun to play. It's a great place to put melody, and like I think that's like a thing that like the difference between like the easy bass line, the obvious bass line, and like the fun one is often, I think, the difference between a good song and a bad song.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Great. Well, look, we're coming to an end. Is there anything we've not touched on or covered yet you'd like to share? Any great memories you've had listening to this band, or any bits that you've taken from their music?
No, I don't think anything that we need to get that I like feel the deep need to get into. It's just, I don't know, something that I like a lot. I feel like there's a lot of experiences that I've had with it. We've covered their stuff before in a funny context. Though.
Tell me more.
Not as
Not on KEXP after 5 days of driving without a bass player, no?
No, but it was before this band existed. It was like me and Evan were in a couple of other bands that played some shows together. And his band, which is called Grounders, did a Rip It Up cover.
Nice.
And we were playing like a house show in Calgary at the end of Sled Island. And I like joined them for that song playing keyboard. And it was, I think, the first time me and Evan ever played music together.
Nice.
At a house party at like 2 a.m.
Hang on. The first time you played with your bandmate was at a house party.
When me filling in another band he was in,
This
playing
is
the keyboard
class.
line.
This is like the
in that
teenage
song.
dream.
Yeah.
Like the American Pie house party. Like,
Yeah, it was a very silly night as I dimly recall it.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
Great. So I've got one last little thing we do at the end of the show. We pick an album end of year list from the year this album came out.
Okay.
And we basically play a game of fair play guys or fuck those guys.
Oh, okay.
So basically, are Orange Juice better or are these guys?
Okay. All right.
I went through quite a few end of year lists in 1983. They're not on any of them.
Yes, you said. Yeah.
Yeah. Really put some work and didn't get anywhere. But let's see how we get on. This is Enemy's album of the year list from 1983. It's Fair Play Guys or Fuck Those Guys. At 20, it's Culture Club with Kissing to Be Clever.
Oh, fair play.
Fair play, guys.
Culture Club have some good stuff. I like that band.
Tried selling Boy George. Fuck it,
No,
not
never gonna
going to happen. Not going to happen. At 19, Roxy Music, Avalon.
Ooh. You know what? Avalon's pretty fucking good too. Yeah, like fair play.
Guys. Fair play, guys.
Yeah.
A band I'm not familiar with. At number 18, The Associates, Sulk.
Oh, I don't know them very well either. I've seen the name,
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Fuck it.
At 17, it's Bobby Womack, The Poet.
Fuck that.
Fuck that guy. 16, Robert Wyatt, Nothing Can Stop Us Now.
Oh.
Is he like a power ballads guy?
Maybe. That sounds familiar. Like I feel like I've
Nothing's
seen
going to
that
stop
album.
us now. Nothing can stop us now. That's not Nothing's going to stop us now, is it?
No, I don't know.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck it.
At 15, Curtis Mayfield. Honestly.
Ooh, fair play.
Fair
Come
play, guys.
on.
14's got Fair Play written all over it. Grandmaster Flash, The Message.
Yeah. We
Can't say fuck those guys. It's Fair Play guys all day long.
Yeah.
At 13, Van Morrison, Beautiful Vision.
Fuck that. Fuck Van Morrison, man. Fuck Van Morrison.
Fuck that guy.
Even before he went insane, he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Like no, I mean I like some of the them stuff. I like a lot. Some of the 70s stuff is cool, but I find him so incredibly tedious. And fuck it.
He may be the worst person in music.
He's unbelievable.
Worst, nearly as bad as Kanye West bad.
He's up there, man. Yeah, his fucking I don't know. Yeah, like fuck him.
Fuck that guy. At 12, it's Kid Creole and the Coconuts, Tropical Gangsters.
Don't know that one.
No. I don't want to say fuck those guys. Seems a bit cruel.
Yeah, let's leave
Tropical
it.
Gangsters is a hell of a name.
It does sound like it might be good.
Do you know what? Fair play, guys.
Yeah.
At 11, I think this is right in the pocket for you, actually. Susie and the Banshees, A Kiss in the Dream House.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
I love Susie the Banshee so much.
I saw that. My eyes lit up a bit.
Yeah.
I thought I'm in good company here.
Oh man, no. Yeah, that's yeah. They're such a good band. So cool. She is one of the coolest people maybe to ever live.
Yeah.
Love it. Fair play.
Fair play, guys. At 10, Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse.
Don't know that record.
That song was used quite a lot on like British adverts for medicine. Night Nurse.
Oh,
So it just
all
makes
right.
me feel like an ill child reading that back. So fuck those guys. Fuck you, Gregory. At 9, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Shalimar with Friends.
Oh,
You know Shalimar?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my dad really likes Shalimar.
Yeah.
I have a vague memory of that in my house as a kid. I'm gonna, just in case my dad listens to this, I'm gonna say fair play.
Is your dad a Six Music dad?
No, actually, he's not really into that kind of stuff. He plays jazz music.
All right, cool.
He was into some of the stiff record stuff and things like that, but it's like not really his zone.
He's a jazz guy.
He's a jazz dad.
Jazz guy. I think the next ones might be up your dad's street then, actually. King Sunny Ade, Juju Music.
Ooh, I don't know another one either. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's like Ethiopian jazz, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. Yeah,
I
my dad's
could
gonna be
wrong.
disappointed.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
At 7, Donald Fagen, The Nightfly.
You know what? He's all right.
I don't know Donald Fagen. What's the vibe there?
Wait, am I mixing one with somebody? I thought he was in the Eagles.
Fair play, guys.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought if you
Not
maybe thinking of somebody
impossible.
else.
Not
All right,
impossible.
let's let it
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
We just refuse to Google it. It's not going to happen. At 6, I don't know if are they big in Canada? I don't know. Yazoo, Upstairs at Eric's.
Don't know that one.
I've
heard the name.
Yeah, basically their biggest point was in the Christmas special of The Office, the UK version. Their song "Only You" gets played, and it's really heartbreaking and beautiful and really good.
Okay.
I think it gave the song and the band a completely new lease of life. It's probably considered a bit of a shit song, but it's such a beautiful scene that it elevated the song and the band and it was amazing. Really, really good use of music in film. Fair play, guys. At 5, Dexy's Midnight Runners, To Right A.
I kind of love that record.
Yeah,
it's
come
stupid, but
on.
it's great.
6 pints of beer in you, a bit of Dexys.
Oh, it's good.
Come on.
I also, but what that's actually in terms of like stupid YouTube performances. Have you ever seen the Top of the Pop performance where they do Jackie Wilson Says and like a devious engineer puts a picture of Jockey Wilson up behind them?
No way.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so fucking
I don't know
funny.
who Jockey Wilson is, but I don't care. That's funny.
Wait, you do know? You do
No.
or you don't? Oh, he's a darts player. Like he's like
come
a
on.
big boozy overweight darts
Great.
player.
A 70s British darts player.
And yeah, like it was like knowing what I know about Kevin Rowland at the time. I'm sure he was fucking so angry about it, which makes it even funnier to me. But yeah, the record's great. It has some really good tunes on it. I feel like they get kind of like underrated because of like Come
Bit
On Eileen.
wedding bandy. Yeah.
But I like that record. I think it's good.
Class. At number 4, you still got a few more in you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Number 4, The Clash, Combat Rock.
Oh, that's a cool record. Yeah. Fair play.
Fair play, guys.
Yeah,
Obviously, you don't say fuck those guys for The Clash. At number 3, ABC, The Lexicon of Love.
Okay, yeah, no, this one is a fun one. Like, specifically because I got into this band kind of recently because Lisa Vanderpump is in the music video.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Lisa Vanderpump is in the music video
This
for
is
their hit
huge.
Poison Arrow. And, like, that's, like, was, like, kind of her breakthrough was
No
that she was, like, the
way.
video girl in the Poison Arrow video. And, like, I knew that because I was watching some Vanderpump Rules and was watching a lot of Real Houses of Beverly Hills and was, like, finding out about her backstory. And then I heard that song and I was like, oh, this song goes. It's like this like big goofy like new romantic track. It's like it's awesome.
It's a
good tune.
banger.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get home to the wife later and tell her, hey, Sarah, did you know that Lisa Vanderpump was in this? Of course, everyone fucking knows that. Sorry, Sarah. I try to ingratiate myself in your culture a bit, but yeah. At number 2, it's Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom.
Ooh, a great evil record. Yeah, definitely on side with him. Fair play to Elvis.
Play Elvis. I've not heard that album actually. I love his first album. Fuck me.
It's like a really funny breakup record where he makes himself look awful. Like, and I don't know if he like fully knows he's doing it, but it's why it's good. Like, it's like
Wow.
he's just like he comes across as a real prick in
Bad.
it, which he like kind of by all accounts is.
Yeah,
It's a good record.
Speaking of pricks, number 1. I think that's a bit unfair. Is Marvin Gaye a prick?
I hope not. I don't know.
And at number 1, lovely guy, Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love.
We love it. We're obviously
We're pro Marvin Gaye on this
pro Marvin
podcast.
Gaye. We gotta be, yeah.
There you have it. Bit of fun, wasn't it?
Pretty good list.
Pretty good list.
Most
man.
of that
What a
stuff
year.
I liked. I
What
want to
a
hear
year.
the ones I don't know now. Because like the ones I don't know like are probably good too.
Yazoo, Donald Fagen, King Sunny Ade,
Yeah,
got some work to do.
very little on there that upset me.
Yeah. What a list. Well, that was
Good
a bit
year.
of fun. This is your chance to tell the people what's going on in your world as you wrap up the podcast. Is there much left to promote at this point of the album cycle?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a few more shows coming up. I don't know, a couple things here and there. Like the rest of this tour, obviously. Some more stuff coming up in the U.S. Towards the end of the year. But,
cool. What's that? Tell me more.
We're doing a few shows with the Tubs in Canada, which should be fun.
Nice.
We have a couple of one-off shows, I think, like towards the end of the year. I think we're doing a New York one and a Philly one and a DC one. But mostly just look out for a new record from us in 2026 because it's supposed to happen.
And go back to the old ones as well. They're still there. They ain't going nowhere, and they're class. Okay, so still plenty to be excited about for Ducks Ltd fans.
Hope so.
Love it. Well, look, this has been a right laugh. I really am thankful for your time today. Very generous of you. I've been William Han. He's been Tom from Ducks Ltd. They've been Orange Juice. And this has been This Album.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, brother. Thank you so much. Nice one.
Cool. That was fun, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for playing along and getting the vibe.